I am Dungeon Master, your guide in the realm of Dungeons and Dragons.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I am the Dungeon Master, and this is Doomsday Aftermath Metropolis. We rejoin the heroes as they have finished defeating Staro's minions, the Starophytes, and have given a press conference after the sighting of what everybody thought was Superman, but then attended Lex Luthor's press conference where he introduced the so-called real Superman and assured that Superman was working with LexCorp Securities in order to ensure the safety of all citizens of Metropolis and indeed the world. And after that, you guys have reconvened to decide what it is that you're going to do. And to that end, you are holed up in Blink's palatial flat of his skyscraper apartment building. And as you guys are, chilling in luxury, you're also deciding what to do. It was decided that you guys needed information on LexCorp Securities. Um, However, Steele has assured you guys that he has that handled, and so now there's a little bit of downtime while he gathers this information. What is the party up to, besides, of course, having to disappoint Gator by turning him down for games of Madden, 24/7?
I mean, actually, Deep Knight sort of joins him, even though he doesn't know how to play it.
Yes, the movement is very unusual for someone who's used to moving in a 3D environment.
Yes, he's like, how does this work? And he tries to focus on a different character entirely, at, and almost scores a goal on his side.
Yeah. Yeah, and Gator is just laughing and laughing.
So, man, I mean, I feel like Blink is definitely still on the gigawatt problem that I need to basically get him because he most likely used juice up like during that last fight, right?
A little, not as much, but yeah. And like I said, he kind of burns juice like just living, but yeah.
Exactly. So he's definitely. I've already made that sort of shitty. It's not shitty, but I mean it's okay. But I definitely feel like Blink just wants to improve on his contraption because he's trying to keep like a constant source of power for gigawatts so he can live a life without being taken away. So I think because I remember he had an idea for like a battery that would basically redirect the current within and out of Gigawatt's body. You know what I mean? So as
Hmm.
it go in and out. So I don't
And
know.
in and out and in and out. But
I'm not
she's
gonna say he
playing all
builds it.
night, and the
I
music's
mean,
all right.
yeah. I'm not gonna say he straight up builds it, but I could definitely say that he's definitely like putting together plans for it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Would you like to make a technology check to see how your progress is coming?
Sure, why not?
Okay, so you're doing great as you like go to connect some wires, you get a jolt of feedback and your hair is
Man.
standing up and like a little puff of smoke comes out of your mouth.
It's I feel like oh shit. And he'll proceed to just fall down, just smoke rising off his body.
But you ever hear of failing upwards?
No. What is that?
Failing upwards is where like you get fired from one police station for excessive violence but get hired as a supervising officer at another one, you know, because of it.
I'm confused. Is this a good situation? Is this a bad
Yeah,
situation?
so basically
Please.
what you did was by creating this feedback loop, you allowed uh the cells to kind of charge themselves. And so he doesn't have infinite power, but you have now given him a way to conserve his power far greater.
So, damn, if I would have rolled well, would have this been better or worse than my result?
Well, like I said, you took a bruise and you're embarrassed by it, but there's a way to fail upwards and you have done it.
Yeah, you definitely see Blink just straight up with his Albert Einstein hair, like, haha! I've succeeded.
Yeah, in fact, it kind of turned gray, and so you definitely look like not fully, but like peppered. So now you look like Albert Einstein with like this afro of peppered hair, and you come running in, and because your voice is now squeaky from being fried with the electricity, you even sound a little bit like Albert Einstein, you know. Albert E equals MC squared.
Nah, I feel like he's definitely screaming, "It's alive! It's
Yes.
alive!"
Yes.
Yeah, but I'll definitely run up and hook that on to him and be like, well, it isn't indefinite energy, but it should be able to regulate the energy in your body a little bit better, so you might have more of a normal life
Yeah.
without constantly needing to be plugged in all the time.
Yeah, so now basically he can operate at his potential for up to a week without power.
Yeah, so I'll repeat that back to him. I'll be like, now stay off the cocaine, or I'll take this away.
I haven't touched it since we landed in Hawaii. I miss the beach.
Yeah. I mean, you want to go to the beach?
No, I don't want the water, but the sand and sun was nice.
Um. Okay.
Water sucks.
Well, maybe if everything. Yeah, but I mean, I could take you to a desert. That makes you feel better. Would you prefer that?
I've never been to a desert.
Well, it's kind of the same thing. Except it's just sand and sun.
And no water? I know what a fucking
No
desert is.
water.
Just never been
Okay,
there.
well,
Said I'd never been to
that's
a desert,
fine.
not
But
what is a desert. Condescending prick.
I mean, you're literally energy, so. I mean, you're literally energy. So the question is, could I just drop you off, and how long would you survive? I mean, I know the answer, but you probably survive a week. Because do you really even need to eat or drink anything?
Yeah, no, I get all of my sustenance purely from energy.
Jesus Christ! So if we attached up like a solar panel to your back, right? You'd be just running all day and all night.
Yeah.
God damn.
In fact,
Yeah, Blink is gonna be like, oh,
Memento, uh, I need your help unlocking some of these memories from what was happening to me before I got these powers.
Are you sure you want to do that?
It's the only way that we're ever going to find out who did this to me.
How about I check them, and if they don't cause you trauma, then I'll tell you about them. Does that sound like a fair trade?
you might need rubber gloves as he is pure energy.
Yeah, I mean, there's also the whole logistical problem that we'll have to figure out. But
Uh,
I just want to make sure it doesn't cause you any trouble.
so you're going to access my memories and maybe not share them with me? No, that's no deal. You share my memories with me
Touche.
real time, screen sharing.
I have to get premium to be able to do that. It's $12 a month.
$12 a month? Do you have like a yearly subscription
Man.
price?
Yeah,
That
if
would
you
be
if you
dope.
do yearly, you save $2 a month.
So
That would be dope if he put.
$120 a year?
Yep.
What the fuck? I only have 100
I'll
on
tell you
me.
what, for you, I'll give you 5% off.
I only have 100 on me, so that's how about 20% or what would that be? 22%? So like
I
Something
mean,
like
Blink will
that.
quickly slip another 100 in his pocket. Check again. You might have.
oh, do you
more.
have change for 200s?
No, I'm sorry, it's all or nothing.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So he just hands you the $200 bills.
All right. So I guess I'd have to try to do the touch without touching.
Yeah, you're gonna have to take that shock because there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say, what are you gonna try to do here? Because at first you guys do attempt the rubber kitchen gloves, but turns out that the touch requires you to touch.
I'm just imagining what if he takes it further and we look at him as like stages of energy, like fucking Doctor Manhattan style.
Do we have like a hovercraft or something?
A hovercraft?
A hovercraft, but like a jet.
Do you want a
Like a VTOL jet or
hovercraft?
something? Helicopter, maybe?
A helicopter? I don't know if that's a good idea.
I mean, canonically, Steel has a jet. I just charter planes.
I mean, is the jet of like a VTOL jet? Does it hover?
Steel's jet is capable of hover, yes.
All right. Well, I'm gonna assume that he's gonna let us borrow that for a minute. And here's my idea: we propel from the jet as it hovers, so that we're not grounded. And I touch him in midair.
What does that do for you?
I can fly.
I mean,
You can
oh,
fly.
that's right. Well, I can't.
I mean, it's not true flight. What I'm actually doing is reversing the polarity of my energy to push off against the Earth's using electromagnetic repulsion. But
Yes.
you know, I am off the fucking ground. I fly more than you do. Tell you that much.
But if you did that, then your electricity would be grounded, touching the ground, right? Physics. That's how that works.
Yeah. It'd be pushing off against the Earth. Yes.
All right, let's do the hover thing.
We're gonna in the middle of Metropolis. You want to put a jet and just hover it?
I don't want to get electrocuted.
Oh,
Yeah,
come on.
Blink
I'll
puts
be
his
gentle.
Yeah, Blink definitely
He gives you
grabs
a little
Memento's hand
static
before he
shock.
can react. And
He just zaps you with like, you know, the equivalent of rubbing his
Is he hitting on me right now?
I mean,
Unless.
I'm not commenting on that. He could be. It's possible.
All right, if we're not gonna do the hovercraft thing, then I'll go in for the touch. Hopefully, he doesn't like it too much. Do I need to roll?
Yeah. So go ahead and just roll your ability that's tied in with that.
Let me find it. Here we go.
It's based off of your will or something, right?
Yeah, which it should be this roll, I think.
Yeah. So as you are touching Gigawatt, electricity forms all around you guys and you float up into the air like Magneto.
I imagine as this is the same time as as Croc and Deep Knight are playing the game.
And it just shorts it out.
son of a bitch, that was a new TV.
And Deep Knight says, wait a minute, I'm not supposed to fly.
And as you get glimpses, you can't see Gigawatt's past, but what you do see is the experiments that Lex Luthor was performing. He was trying to use Gigawatt's power to revive Superman's body. And the experiments, like, got very intense because he needed Gigawatt to be basically as dead as Superman was in order to try and create the right conditions. And as you get these visions, you experience the drugs that Lex Luthor used to create these extreme death-like conditions. And your body like reacts as if you're dying, and your brain releases one scene from your past as you're going into this death shock state. What do you see?
From bypassed?
Yes, sir.
Jeez. I'm thinking. You see, from basically it's a first person perspective, but like I'm a kid and I am looking to, I don't know, my left or whatever, looking up at what I assume to be my dad holding his hand, right? But I have a balloon, a red balloon, and it's in front of his face, so I don't know exactly what he looks like or who he is. I guess that kind of has a clown vibe, but
I was gonna say beep beep, Richie.
yeah, yeah. But no, I guess I'm walking. Seems like I'm walking in a zoo with like what I'm assuming to be my dad.
Yeah, yeah. And right as the balloon moves to reveal his face, the memory ends.
Exactly.
Perfect. Okay. And so yeah, you guys, the touch ends, and now you have detailed views of what was going on. But there was one thing that you saw. It's not a part. It's a part of his memory, but like he was basically like so out of it and doesn't like realize what he saw, but you do. You saw a clone of Superman, the spitting image of him, but as a very, very young child.
I would communicate that to the rest of the team very quickly.
What?
And Deep Knight sort of stands up from abruptly and says, "Wait a minute! Wasn't Superman adopted by what are they? Who are they?
I don't think that's common knowledge.
No, nobody outside of Lois Lane
Yeah, I don't
knows
think that's
that.
like maybe Batman knows,
Yeah,
but I don't think that's common knowledge.
it was out of character.
Okay,
That was out
okay,
of character.
okay.
I know that's not common knowledge." And the Deep Knight just sort of standing there, all sort of shocked like, and says, "So Superman came from there?"
Blink is trying to like when he says that a clone, referring to like a clone recently, a clone. I don't. I mean, I expected that it was okay. So, but okay, does Memento have like a timeline where he sees his memories, or they're just like memories and that's all he gets?
So you guys know that this was no more than 4 months ago when you were, at LexCorp Labs and he was a prisoner.
Okay, and that's when there was a kid Superman, basically.
Kid Superman. A super boy, if you
A
will.
Superboy, yes, and now he's a full grown man.
No, not necessarily.
No,
Could be
but you
could be
like
could be
the
a different could be you don't know which clone is what and who and
I mean, I feel like Blink is like, okay, if there's one clone, then there's probably many clones. But how could he age a human body so quickly? For it to be removed from a, you know, different state, different ages. That's and would that aged body have like an advanced life cycle? Like, would it die at a much quicker rate than a normal than the normal lifespan of Superman? Because Blink is kind of sitting like, man, what is happening?
so uh Gigawatt is just like, oh man, like I can't believe what they were doing to me. He's all distraught about like being killed, quote unquote, over and over again.
At least now we know why you have such an affliction for drugs. Wasn't by choice.
Yeah, apparently I just have PTSD.
Oh, man. That is messed up.
Where's my
That is real
cocaine?
messed. Yeah, I'm not giving you cocaine, but
He starts looking around the apartment, but like you can do a thorough sweep of the apartment like every night
has
without
he
any.
been stashing cocaine? Yeah, like
Yeah, he's got Wade
also, I don't
Wilson
think he has
levels
like
of
any money
cocaine.
of his
Just
own.
he yeah, he's got ways and means. He sold some of your stuff. But yeah, he's got like Wade Wilson
Son of a
levels of
bitch!
cocaine like stashed around your apartment, like, but you've already swept and found them. So
You sold my World Series ring,
I I needed a lot.
bastard. Need a lot.
What crappy team were you a
Okay.
fan of to have the World Series ring?
Blink is a heavy Yankees fan.
Oh,
That
so
was a but this is
so
specific.
so you had a Yankees World Series ring,
Yeah,
and he's like he opens up his suit, his rubber suit, to reveal that he's got a Red Sox tattoo. Fuck
you
the
know what?
Yankees.
Nope, nope. Gator, this is a you situation. Deal with this.
You want I should fight him?
Do you want to get bit? Tell me.
I I don't want to get bit, but Red Sox for life.
And Deep
So,
Night Sir
do you
is
know how
speaking up
much that?
and says, "Leave well enough alone, no, dear friend. It's best not to over get get upset over this silly over sports."
They both just turn and look at you like you're an insane
Yeah.
person.
Do you? Yeah. Do you know how much that ring was valued at?
I got 10 for
That
it.
you got 10 what?
$1,000.
$1,000.
Yeah.
That was a nine. Blink is like looking, bro. He got that like midnight. Oh my lord. That was like a million. That was like that ring was worth at least $100,000.
100,000?
Oh my god.
They wouldn't even give me 5 for it.
That wasn't authenticated.
Oh, and then you see the authentication paperwork right, where it was behind where the ring was, and he forgot to bring the authentication paperwork.
Yeah, Blink is like, that was a 1952 New York Yankees World Series ring. Oh my god. It's wealth.
I can show you the pawn shop I sold it at.
Yeah, Blink. Like, I'm just searching the news for a 1952 World Series ring with the name of the pawn shop.
So, well, everything was going down uh, with Indestructible Incorporated getting set up. Gigawatt had traveled with steel to Detroit a few times, and you see tonight on the History Channel, and you can see Chum Lee arguing with Gigawatt over the price of the ring, and then Rick calling in his expert to get this thing looked at.
Yeah, Blink just. I can't. I can't. I'm just gonna. You know what? This is a situation for a later time.
I'm
Blink is
gonna
like,
go murder Rick from Pawn
yeah,
Stars, but not
yeah.
today.
You know what? He's like, you know what? Son of a bitch, you're lucky I got two more just like it. I swear to God, I'd kill you. I mean, I won't kill you, but I put you in a rubber suit for so long.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but the 50s would be the one with Ruth and DiMaggio or whoever. Who's the players that you would have the rings of?
I mean, I just want. It wasn't like anybody's like famous. I want to say it was probably like just a regular, normal player. The one that he
Oh
sold
yeah,
off.
like
The one,
yeah, a whole bunch of players that got rings but weren't Ruth and Joe DiMaggio and fucking
yeah, because this was against the Dodgers during 1952. So I'm pretty sure, fucking. It says Aaron Judge. It's
yeah,
Jesus.
like I know sports to a degree, but I definitely can't tell you like for sure what players were on the team.
Yeah, it was a no-name player. Like
Okay.
the real big ones, like fucking Blink has hidden away because he knows that he's a fucking cocaine addict and is like ever since you know what's his name? Jesus,
Gator had all the prostitutes.
I forgot. Yeah, he's like hidden all his shit on like a lower floor in like a safe room that
Yeah.
you have to like phase through a wall to get.
Yeah, well, and you definitely had to get some of your stuff back from some of the prostitutes that had like just helped themselves.
Yeah, there was definitely a lecture. Like you gave my ring, you gave like this is like 14K of worth of gold, and you just gave it to her. Like
She liked it.
And as the Knight sort of scoffs at all this ridiculousness, like over this sort of impudent sport that doesn't even seem that exciting, says, if you really want a sport to get excited over, try deep diving. I'm the champion of that.
You can breathe underwater. That's not
that's cheating.
that's
That's
that's like blatant cheating. Like
that's
that.
like me running. That's like me,
You do not understand
auditioning
what
for.
I'm saying. And you do not understand what I'm saying.
Oh, for them, deep
Deep
diving involves going deeper than the pressure would allow. Yeah. They dive so deep that the pressure can like crush you.
Yes, but what I'm saying is this is the equivalent of me becoming a running back or a fucking or running, starring in track and field. There's no point in this. Blink would probably be the world's greatest, whatever sport he plays. There'd be no point because this is what you're naturally able to do.
Oh, and if you did it smart enough and like, we're just a little bit better than everybody else, a little bit faster than everybody else, like you could still like get away with it. But yeah, like
Yeah, Blink is waiting.
that's too much work for not enough money. Like
Exactly.
what
Blink is
what
buying
can you
his
make like
time.
50 million a year as like the top paid, baseball or whatever, like that's just not enough.
Yeah, I'm just a man. Blink definitely thought about it before he decided to become a superhero. It was like, yeah, it's not worth it.
Because like
But man,
let's face it, your fastball would be unhittable.
literally, there'd be no one. He'd be the greatest cat. He'd be the greatest pitcher. He'd be the greatest like baseman. He'd be the greatest run. Anything that has to do with him catching a ball and running with it, he'd basically be unstoppable. He'd be the greatest track and field.
Oh, and what was that
Like,
guy's name?
there's no,
Mays or whatever, who was like the greatest base stealer ever? Like, yeah, that record's done.
yeah. Exactly. Like he'd have Hall of Fame records in multiple sports until the point where people would be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Of course, when everyone else can do that sport as well as you, it certainly is something. Like a
Yeah,
lot of Atlanteans can do the whole deep dive
That's
thing.
true.
yeah. I'm just saying, it's basically like Superman becoming a fucking boxer and then just constantly never
He
getting
did,
knocked
but
down
he did box Muhammad Ali and lost.
and then exactly, but that was under certain special circumstances. Also, is Muhammad Ali truly considered to be the world's greatest fighter ever?
Well, in that comic book era for that writer, but like, no, he loses out to Sugar Ray Robinson and Floyd Mayweather, and like basically any of the modern heavyweights would wipe the floor with him just because of the evolution of the sport and all of that. But yeah. No, Muhammad Ali was very, very good, but just like Conor McGregor, what he was best at was selling the fight. And that is more important towards overall money and fame and perception from the public than your actual skill. Now you still have to have enough skill to be able to get people to watch. Like if all you do is talk a bunch of shit and then you get your ass whooped, like that doesn't work. So you got to be able to talk a bunch of shit and then go kick some ass. And if you can do that in the right way, you can elevate your actual talent to a level that like becomes superstardom beyond just your talent.
In game context, like how safe is the world now that Superman is back? Like, are crime
Right
rates
right
down?
right now, ever since Lex Luthor has been running the new Justice League and they have the Green Lantern, and basically Lex Luthor is like knockoff Superman. Like he doesn't have the laser eyes obviously, but he has a whole bunch of strength, speed, durability. He can operate a lot like Superman, and then he's got Lex droids that are out there helping. So Metropolis has been returned to pre-Doomsday states of peace, to where like unless you're a supervillain with a weaponized, you know, doom cannon, like you're not out there robbing banks and everything, because you know that like the Green Lantern or Super Lex or a droid is gonna come and like kick your ass. And then you're gonna go to jail, but like you got your ass whooped by a superhero first. And so at the end of the day, uh Metropolis, and therefore the greater New England area, has been secured. Fucking Boston, you know, they still get a little rowdy, but other than that, uh, everybody else has been restored to pre-Doomsday levels of peace and safety. However, Gotham was still being run by Joker right up until a few days ago when you guys get word over the news that LexCorp has declared that Jokerville is no more, and that Gotham has recaptured its city hall and driven the Joker out, and is in talks with the president to reestablish Gotham as a part of the United States of America.
Man, well then, man, what is there for us to? I feel like you know what. Blink is gonna check his answering machine to see if he's gotten anything back from Nightwing. I know it's been like a couple weeks since he sent that message. See if everything's cool.
Is there anything on the news about some sort of water-based thing? Because I saw the recording of the the last game, and it had Atlantis included in that mix,
Yeah, that hasn't happened just yet. But
right?
there are tons of reports of shipping lanes no longer being safe, and that Atlantis is embroiled in a civil war that threatens all sea trade and coastal cities. And also, Gotham is basically a den for like the supervillains right now. Many of the supervillains are still running around in Gotham, and so Nightwing sends you a message saying that he is Nightwing no longer, and he is Batman, and is going to restore justice to Gotham.
Would you look at that? And sold him passive.
And Deep Knight is sort of just sighing as he just sees the whole thing with the Civil War and says, "Yep, same shite each day." It's like he knows this happened before.
Oh, for sure. It happens like all the time.
Shit. Well, I wonder. Might as well go on another vacation. Ain't doing nothing right now. I mean, I feel like we're waiting on word from Steel just to see what our next steps are. But
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's really like kind of holding us up right now, because I think everybody can agree that we would rather hear what Steele has to say about all of
yeah,
this, and then
I
maybe.
honestly, I wouldn't want to make any big decisions without him. So yeah, I mean, we should probably check in on him and see how he's doing.
Yeah.
Because I feel it's kind of hard. I feel like this is now a shopping episode because we can't really do much.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. It, you do bring up a good point that if there is any preparations or anything that you guys would like to, do, we can certainly handle a lot of that. I know you had said something about wanting to weaponize your liquid kryptonite.
Oh damn! Yeah, I would definitely like to because I need something that'd be able to pierce Superman's skin. Like, I just would want to create like a single dosage. I know I have like 100 gallons of it, but Blake will definitely take some time to sit down and be like,
You got 55 gallons of it.
yeah, like how can I weaponize this in the inevitable case that I need to have this, and again something I can just carry on me just in case Superman goes bad. Like he's definitely sitting around. He's probably, yeah, he's definitely like testing that out. No.
Well, I mean, if you're talking about piercing skin, you could try to make like a kryptonite Teflon coating.
Oh shit! Hold up. Like I could crystallize the liquid kryptonite, right? If I
Possibly.
or I could attempt.
What
I could attempt to.
you trying to make liquid kryptonite meth?
Needles. No, not meth, but
Turn this into a Breaking Bad situation? Come on,
yeah,
Superman.
basically. I'm basically like if I could make kryptonite as thin as a needle, and then just attach that onto with that attached onto that would be a dosage of like liquid kryptonite. I'd just be able to chuck darts at Superman, and just that's it, and it enters his bloodstream. You know what I mean?
Like a
Like I think,
tranquilizer dart gun type of deal.
yeah, you know what I mean.
I
Like Blink will
guess.
definitely run out by a trank, and he'll be like, "Man, how the fuck am I supposed to do this?"
Yeah. Well, working with Steel, assuming that Steel would make Indestructible Incorporated's facilities and resources available to you. But we have no reason to assume that he wouldn't. So let's go on the somewhat safe assumption that he would. And so you can go ahead and make a check to try and see what you can come up with this liquid kryptonite and its potential uses.
I think
Uh,
I think his internet is still down.
Yeah, I mean, if he's not responding, I would assume that's.
what kind of check do you want me to roll?
Uh, Technology. Or, like, if you have chemical knowledge or something like that, but.
Nah, I definitely need to feel like I'm gonna start taking expertises and like start paying for expertises in certain parts of science since go with the whole inventor feat. But yeah, 28
Yeah,
total.
so what you're able to do is you can fill the tranquilizer darts with kryptonite, but you can't pierce Superman's skin. So what you are able to invent is like an aerosol spray to where you can quickly douse him with uh, a small amount of liquid kryptonite.
Oh shit! Like a scarecrow fear gas
Yeah,
situation.
yeah, and like hopefully weaken, the skin in the contact area enough to be able to pierce him then with the darts. So that's what you're able to come up with for now. It's not much, but it's a logical, straightforward approach of, aerosol, gas, liquid kryptonite that you can, spray, and then liquid kryptonite tranquilizer darts.
Oh shit! Yeah, definitely. Like everybody, you guys should check out my new flavor, smell of Febreze. It's called Kryptonite. Yeah, honestly, beyond that, I feel like Blink will
Oh,
probably.
that took about half of your liquid kryptonite reserves to make that.
That's fine. I feel like that is definitely a good use just to have on the pocket. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much my ambitions for the current moment. So I'll pass it over to somebody else.
Memento. Is there some kind of training or memory?
I think it. Still think it would be cool to try and do the memory thing to Superman if we get to that point, get in a conflict with him. I don't know what I would need to prepare to be able to do that.
Yeah, so you're gonna be working with your powers to try and unlock a new power, and are you power level 10 now? Everybody got to power level up, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm 10.
Okay, so when I give you your new power points this session, you cannot increase your power level, but you can take a new power and it will be designed the way that you want it worded.
All right. I'll have to figure that out. Just
Yeah,
don't know what it's gonna be called.
Holy shit! We get a new power.
Memento does.
I mean, I kind of already did it on Gator. Is like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just need to
It's
make it
just
into a
it's just the
reliable thing.
continuing evolution of his ability to use the powers on command rather than just randomly Christopher Walken dead.
Man, what would be the evolution of Blink? That's interesting. I can figure that out.
He gets slower and slower.
Nah, he ages so rapidly that he becomes gaunt and he becomes like a skeleton. That's the
Or
only
you become
ability he.
like sentient energy that just like exists in the universe.
Bro, I would now. I'm. Unfortunately, that's the direction I feel Gigawatt is going. He's eventually going to get to the
Yeah.
point where he's just straight up. I feel like he can't die because energy can either be created or destroyed. Like, I feel like he's going to live forever.
I
Uh,
mean, you could do something like time changing related, right? Like run around the earth kind of thing.
Yeah, just run on my treadmill. Oh boy. But it's just like a janky, like a normal treadmill. He's just souped it up so it has like a gear attached to it, so he just runs on it, even though it short circuits all the fucking time.
at the Hall of Justice, they have the quantum treadmill.
Oh man, that'd be interesting. What if Blink ran on it, went back in time? Actually, I don't think I'm fast enough to time travel yet.
You might
I
not
don't
be.
remember how. I don't remember how fast the Flash had to be to travel back in time. I don't remember the exact like speed he was at.
But yeah,
I mean, shit. If I up my ranks and speed, just imagine go back and warn everybody that Doomsday is coming the day before it happens. What would be the effects of that?
who knows?
Hmm.
Are you gonna try to experiment with that?
I feel like time is so iffy. It's man. I would. That's definitely something like. That's definitely like a campaign ending move. So I'm gonna sit on that. But Blink is definitely gonna be like contemplating, like,
You try that when I try to erase Superman's memory and I blow up.
Huh.
bro. No, I guess like you. No, I imagine the day that Memento to like grabs onto like a sentient planet or like a being that is forever eternal, like like a fucking I don't know what are they like one of the people who run the lanterns or fucking man what beings are sentient or
They're
like godlike in the
they're called the Watchers. No, that's Marvel.
I no, I think that's Marvel. Yeah, I was getting the
Uh,
Watchers. I was throwing out names. I was like Galactus, the Watchers. Like I mean, maybe people like a fucking
oh, the
what's his name?
Guardians. They're the
Dark
Guardians.
Side,
They're called the
the
Guardians.
Guardians. Yeah, because they live forever, don't they? They
Uh,
live like forever.
they live forever, but they can be killed.
Yeah, people like just the day that Memento runs up and grabs one of them, and he's like, "You now know what I know. Therefore, you now you have power. Like if he ran up, touched Merlin, and was like, just start screaming Shazam! That'd be fucking dope.
Uh, so yeah, you can increase your speed after I give you guys your power points.
I think I might, even though I currently run at 64,000 miles an hour. I think I might.
That's nothing.
I know that, but at the end, like the Flash that is most powerful was running at fucking light years. Like, man, that would be the goal.
And then Deep Night, you have to return, to the ocean at some point while the downtime is going on. And when you do so, you get word that right now, um, Aquaman's brother has the trident and is declaring himself king of Atlantis. However, Mera has sided with a faction of sharks that King Shark belongs to, and they have begun decimating the Atlantean people. And in retaliation, because Mera and Aquaman have helped the humans, Aquaman's brother is unleashing the power of the trident against all of the shipping, cargo ships and harbors. He's caused hurricanes and floods and tidal waves, and he's just being a real dick.
And sort of Deep Night sort of like is sort of hiding away from all this conflict, sort of peeking around and hearing all this stuff. He's sort of like is sort of just shocked and decides to head over to his friends to tell all this. Allies, brothers in arms, we have a problem.
They're like, "What's this wee shit, wet man?"
And he sort of explains to the group the matter of like of the of Poseidon's brother being a being a being this sort of like chaotic force and sort of like forcing others to be and and forcing the waves to sort of destroy ships and sort of disrupt the peace that Aquaman so tried to achieve.
Gator says, "Shit, that sounds awful."
Yes, not to mention a bunch of sharks from this figure known as Shark King. Do you know a Shark King? I'm not saying that
Oh,
I
King Shark? Yeah, that guy bites more people than I do.
How much? Like
Like,
quantity of
like 3 times as many.
oh, and he sort of like is sort of like biting his lip as he hears this. Well, in any case, we need to stop him. We need to stop the brother of Poseidon, or else things could turn worse. And DM, is the brother Poseidon known as Triton, or is something else. What is?
Did my internet go out?
I can hear you.
Oh, I think Hazard asked you a question.
Oh, I'm sorry. What?
I was at. What was the name of Poseidon's brother?
Aquaman's brother. I'm not sure. Gonna have to Google that. Okay, so you guys do all that. Is there?
His name is Master.
Oh, what, Ocean Master? Yeah, that's right.
To stop Ocean. We need to stop Orm. This is to the group. If we don't, all the land shall be swallowed in water, and the peace of the land and the peace Aquaman has so hard fought for would be ruined.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
That sounds less than ideal.
Okay, so
Hey.
what are you guys gonna do about this information?
It's a great question. I feel like I never really make the decisions.
So I I mean, I know we're kind of waiting for Steel for like final confirmation of everything, but you guys can definitely, present him with a, you know, 12-point plan for happy, good success.
He's in the chat now. He's muted, but
Oh,
he's in the chat.
well, by all means, please send him the message that he can jump in the chat at least.
He should be able to hear us
Oh,
if his internet's actually working.
oh, yeah. If you can hear us, Steel, like by all means, jump in the chat and like we're kind of theater of the mind right now anyway. So because yeah, like we can move forward if everybody can agree as to like what the next steps are.
I asked him if he can hear us in chat, but no response. Maybe his internet's still being weird.
Yeah, that sucks. But, in the meantime, do any of you have any like ideas of like what you would do or should do or could do?
I mean, I like the idea of pursuing the big thing, moving towards the whole Superman situation. I know that Moonlight, or Blink is, he said BRB a few minutes ago as well.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Do 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 do. Mana. Hopefully, somebody gets back soon so that we can kind of advance the plot here a little.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to throw too much more at you guys until like there's a plan of action for what's already on the table. I mean, it's not like you guys have to go deal with Orm or like you guys have to deal with Superman or Lex Luthor or anything, but like just knowing, you know, whether you intend to do anything about any of it or not is, the next step.
Right.
What way are you leaning? Superman, you want to like try to figure out what's going on with him?
Yeah, I mean, that seems more exciting, but going to Orm seems more manageable. I mean, I don't know how tough he is, but if that goes
Pretty
well, I
tough.
feel like we have a better chance.
Atlanteans are comparable to Amazonians in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
So
we'd probably have a better chance there then if things
yeah,
go wrong.
so like not necessarily as strong as Wonder Woman, since I think canonically Wonder Woman can defeat Aquaman, but they definitely punch in the same weight class basically.
Right.
I mean, canonically, the Lantian people are pretty weak in scale of things when you consider their actual powers. They don't actually have that many.
Yeah, I mean he can't fly, so that right there is a huge disadvantage. And as I said, I don't think they're quite as strong or as durable as the Amazons, but like they're in that tier. Like they can take a punch from Superman and not just be like instantly splattered unless like he
I
didn't hold
mean,
back for some reason.
they're kind of like bullshit Wakandians, you know what I mean? Like they have some technology and they have some like strength amongst their people, but beyond that, I mean, and they can talk to fish. I think that's kind of the extent of how
Oh,
far they go.
and they're like lift a fucking car super strong.
I mean, yeah, but I feel like in the scale of super strength, that isn't that impressive.
Well, I'm not sure exactly how much they can, but I'm saying like they're not Superman levels of strength, but they're not what would be a example of somebody who's strong but
No, no,
not
I
that
get what
strong.
you mean. It's like probably kind of like I get what you mean, but I mean, I feel like their value truly relies on the fact that they have numbers more than anything. Because if you have a bunch of people versus just one guy with super strength, like, they actually become quite like they're a force to be reckoned with, like military wise.
Oh, big time. Especially because usually when they attack, they have somebody who can control the water with them and everything too. So
Do any of you
and
guys have
go
crock
ahead.
pots? I got one, and I have no idea what to cook in it.
You have a what?
I said I just got a crock pot, and I feel
Oh,
like you guys
okay.
seem like the type to have recipes.
So the first thing that you're gonna want to do is go out and get yourself a big bottle of Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. Um, if you get the bulk size, you'll have enough to do this a couple times. Then get yourself some pork ribs, country style, bone in or out doesn't really matter. But you want the country style because they're big and thick. You lay down a little layer of the barbecue sauce to keep the ribs from sticking to the bottom of the crock pot, and then just layer your ribs, sauce, until your crock pot is about 2/3 to 3/4 of the way full of ribs and sauce. Turn that on all day, come home, enjoy fall off the bone ribs.
Thank you.
Oh man, what you got to do is just pour some milk in there and then boil it for 2 hours. It's delicious.
Just boiled milk. Mm.
Oh yeah.
Boiled milk.
and another super simple recipe is you get yourself a roast, like
Yeah.
uh,
Right.
any kind of shoulder roast or whatever the fuck it is, and it's just called roast. Like you buy a beef roast, and you put that in there with some beef stock and water and little red roaster potatoes, baby carrots. You can add celery if you want, but I don't because fuck celery. And then like some onions, garlic, seasonings, salt, pepper, whatever seasonings you all want in there. And you turn that on all day, and you come home to a delicious beef roast stew. It's to die for. The potatoes are soft, the carrots are delicious, and the beef just tears apart.
If you do that without the water and you do Worcestershire and some beer, you get really moist like
Ooh, that
um,
does sound good.
pot roast.
Yeah,
Make a sandwich
pot
out of it.
roast. Thank you. That's what it is. It's pot roast.
Yeah.
Yeah, and exactly. Yeah, you can make a sandwich out of the meat. Put a little sauce, on there, and the broth and all of that is delicious. Serve it up as a stew. Cut it up as a sandwich. The pot roast is a must for any buddy with a slow cooker. But I saved the best for last. Go out and buy yourself a couple cans of diced tomatoes and chilies, a couple cans of chili beans, and they come in mild, medium, or hot if you buy the right brand, and get yourself about 2 to 5 pounds of beef, depending on the content size of your slow cooker. Couple packets of chili seasoning. 3 bell peppers, one red, one yellow, one orange. Some other chilies if you want jalapenos or habanero. Maybe you like to get a little crazy, put some Trinidad Scorpion in there. Hey, you do you. But whatever other flavors you want in there, some garlic, onion. I recommend a red onion. They have a really nice bite to them. But if you want a sweeter like yellow onion, you can go with that. And just brown your meat with the chili seasoning, and then throw everything in the slow cooker for 24 hours. Best fucking chili you've ever had in your life. Don't add any water or anything. I add some tomato paste to thicken it up.
Well then, challenge accepted.
I mean, you gotta find your flavor profile for the chili. You gotta like get your blend of peppers and onions and seasonings to where you like it. But trust me, it's a thick chili that you can put on top of a hot dog or a hamburger, or just eat straight out of the bowl. It ain't that bullshit soup some people make. And if you put noodles in your chili, like, yeah, fuck you.
I swear, my internet is going wonky like a Willy Wonka's film.
Really?
Did we hear back from Steel?
Uh,
Internet's still going cuckoo.
yeah, he was in here for a minute, but didn't say anything or respond at all. So I don't know what happened. Probably gonna get off right now though. I gotta get to work.
Yes, that's right. So since you got to go and Steele isn't back, I think we're gonna call this session early and wait to hear from him throughout the week as to what we're gonna do.
All right,
Understood.
got you guys.
All right. Well, thank you guys for playing. Thank you anyone who's watching, and as always, everyone,
Good
good
gaming.
gaming.